Hi, this is Mr. Evans. This video looks at the factors of production and opportunity cost, which is in this little introductory bit of 3.1.1, which basically just gives us an overview of some basic information that you need to study business. The first thing that we're going to look at is the factors of production. So the factors of production are inputs to the production process. A business is going to combine its factors of production in order to produce its products. And every organisation has these different factor inputs in different quantities. So the factor inputs are land, labour, capital and enterprise. So these go into a business. Businesses have these in different quantities. They combine them in some way in the production process, and out at the other end comes some finished products. So let's just have a look at these and what they are. So the first of the factors of production is land. These are the natural resources that go into the production process. So oil, water, as well of course as the actual land that the business is built on. So lots of students get confused with this, and understandably, because in this context, land doesn't just mean the land that the business is built on, but it's any natural resources in the production process, such as the energy that comes from wind or oil, gas, all of that. These are natural resources in the production process, and they're known as land. In terms of labour is the human resource that's put into production. And this is the workforce basically of all organisations. So these are the workers that produce the goods and services. They turn those natural resources, they turn the land into a final product. Well, how does the labour do that? It needs to use capital. So capital is defined as man-made products which are used to aid production. So this would include factories, offices, machineries, computers, all of those goods that are used to produce an output. Okay, in organisations that produce goods, those physical products that we talked about, cars, computers, that would be kind of machinery. If the output is a service, such as, I don't know, a bank account, the output will be produced by a computer. But every organisation has these natural resources, the land they use in the production process, the people who turn those raw materials into the final products using capital in some way to do that. And every organisation will have those factors in different quantities. The final factor of production is enterprise, and you can think of enterprise as the manager that organises all of the other factors. Okay, so if you've got a factory that's built on land with that uses labour to turn natural resources into a final product, that's all very well, but you need a manager to be in charge of combining all of those things. Someone to buy the land and buy the supplies, the raw materials that we're going to use, someone to employ the labour, and someone to purchase the capital and make sure that they're all there at the right time in order to produce the products with the aim of making a profit. So the enterprise you can think of as the organising factor of the other factors of production. You can remember these by using the it's an acronym CELL, C-E-L-L. That helps you remember the four factors of production. So just to look at this again, now that we understand what these four factors mean, okay, every organisation will have these in different quantities. Okay, a dentist will have their property that they produce in. The labour is a highly skilled dentist, possibly with a nurse to help the dentist out. They've got some capital, there's some man-made goods we can see there, and the output is healthy teeth, hopefully. And there will be some sort of organising factor there to make sure that there's a reception where people can come and check in, some sort of system for paying the dentist, okay, and the output of that product is dentist. the factors of production need to produce a car will be very, very different. We'll need different quantity of land, probably a huge factory. We'll also need, of course, all the metal and the raw materials that go into the car. That's all land. We've got the labour who work in the factory, the people who maintain the machinery and operate the machinery to produce the cars. And we're going to have a huge amount of capital, a huge amount of machinery to produce that. And of course, we've got the management of the organisation to ensure that all of these other three factors are working together to produce our car. Okay, and every organisation will have these factors in different quantities. A school has all of these things. It's got the land that it's built on, it's got the teachers, it's got the desks, seats, IT equipment probably in terms of capital, and then they've got the leadership team of the school bringing that all together. So every organisation combines these, whether it's a profit-making organisation or not. However, every organisation is limited in these factors of production, either because they don't have enough financial resources to purchase more. Well, that's usually the limiting factor. But because businesses have these limited resources, they don't have enough finance available to purchase as many as they like. Decisions have to be made about how best to allocate our time and resources. And this leads to what we call an opportunity cost. So let's just say, for example, that I am a personal trainer and I'm deciding what to do with myself one evening. Now, I could do some one-on-one personal training with somebody, and that would get me maybe £50. I could charge them £50. Or I might decide that I can run a boot camp in my local park, for example, and charge people a £5 each to come in. Okay, if I get 8 people, that will give me 40 quid. Well, I can't do both of them on the same evening. I've got a limited amount of time. My labour is limited. The limiting factor is there's only one of me, and there are 2 things that I can do. I can't possibly do both of these at the same time. I have to pick one. Now, let's just say I decide to run the boot camp for £40 because I think actually it's better to coach 8 people who might possibly tell their friends about me, might possibly ask me to do some one-on-one personal training with them later. I might give up the opportunity to do one-on-one personal training to run this boot camp in the hope of making future profits because I've trained more people. Well, the opportunity cost of me deciding to run the boot camp is the benefit that I would get from doing the one-on-one personal training. I would lose that £50. So if I decide to do one thing, the opportunity cost of doing that is that I have to give up something else. So we define opportunity cost as the value of the next best alternative foregone. Whenever I make a choice, I have to give something up as a business person, okay? And business people are always making choices about how to allocate their land, labour, capital, and enterprise. So, and of course their time, which is another resource that's in scarce supply. So, for example, a business might have £100,000. They could choose to invest that in a new computer system or a marketing campaign. But if they spend £100,000 on a new computer system and get all the benefits of the new computer system, they have had to give up the benefits that they would get from the marketing campaign. The opportunity cost of choosing the new computer system is therefore the benefits that they would have gained from the marketing campaign. Another example. If you're studying GCSE business, you're going to have a choice at some point of going to sixth form and doing A-levels, or perhaps finding an apprenticeship. If you decide to find an apprenticeship, you're going to gain the benefits of being paid, you're going to get a practical qualification, you'll be in the workforce, but you will have to give up the benefits that you could get from doing A-levels. The opportunity cost of finding an apprenticeship is doing A-levels, because that's the benefits you have to give up. It's the value of the next best alternative foregone. Okay, your parents may need to choose between building a new conservatory or going on holiday. Okay, they cost about the same amount, but let's just say they cost, I don't know, £1,000 for a new conservatory, or £1,000 to take a family of 4 on holiday. Okay, once that £1,000 is spent on the holiday, they've given up the new conservatory and all the benefits that they could get from that. So hopefully there's some examples there to explain this concept of opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is related to the fact that businesses have scarce resources. They can't possibly choose to do everything, so they need to decide how best to allocate their resources, and the decision that they choose to do leads to an opportunity cost because they have to give up doing something else.